Hi, so we're here with my father, Fentress Winn. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, fantastic. All right, so we already got my sister's experience as a D1 athlete. Now we want to kind of get your perspective as a coach. So can you start by telling us your basketball background, coaching?
I've coached at every level, starting with the youth level, moving into the high school level, to the junior college level, to the Division I level, and currently back down at the junior college level as a head coach.
Where have you spent most of your time? At what level?
At the junior college and the high school level, about a little more high school, but high school varsity, boys and girls, about 12, 14 years. Junior college, about 7 years.
Okay. Now, on the women's side, kind of taking the men out of the picture for a moment, you said you coached at all levels, so youth, high school, junior college, and D1. At all those different levels, where have you seen athletes succeed the most academically, and where have you seen them struggle the most academically?
I think at the high school level, I was at two different kinds of high school. I was at an inner city high school where they struggled a great deal, I think because of the culture. And then the high school you went to, obviously Bishop's, one of the top academic high schools in the country, where kids were very successful, committed a tremendous amount of time to their homework. So I think the culture of the school at high school level. Junior college level, we're getting a lot of good athletes who have academic issues. One of the reasons why they're at the junior college level. So it's kind of a second chance situation for them to get back on track with hopes of getting to the university. At the university level, it's just a tremendous amount of pressure because they're not prepared for the workload of being a student athlete and an athlete. And at the Division I level, your job is really the sport, but your responsibility is really the classroom. And trying to put those two together, I think, is difficult at the Division I level.
Okay. In your experience as a junior college coach, when the girls would come in or the women would come in and they would have academic problems, could you almost predict those problems based on what high school programs they were coming from? Did you see a correlation between the high school culture they came from and their experience at the JC level?
Yes, no doubt. I mean, and we monitored and we knew kids were going to have problems. If they were not successful at high schools, then immediately we had to try to change what their expectation was of themselves and let them know what our expectation was. And it was kind of some kids are going to make it and some kids aren't, simply because it's very difficult to change kids' bad habits around in 6 to 12 months when you initially get them.
And when they're 20?
And when they're 20.
Yeah.
And when they start to have other interests, moving outside the home, getting used to college, and all those things play a part.
Okay. What would you say, at what level is there the most pressure to win, and why do you think that is?
I think at every level people want to win, but really the only level that jobs are on the line is Division I. And when jobs are on the line, families are affected. When scholarships are at risk, players are affected. And then academic, you're asking somebody to be successful at a university, competing against students who have that focus of just going to school, and then being in the same pool with athletes who are spending a tremendous amount of time, and they're expected to do well athletically because that's the reason why they're there, but yet compete against students who are there academically. So it's a strange paradox to get those kids involved, and it's very difficult. So much more pressure at the Division I on both the staff and the players because jobs and scholarships and just your public figure in a sense. You're part of that university. There's a lot of pressure to be successful in all areas.
Okay. Would you say that where the pressure to win is the highest, do you think that that's where academics becomes more like a less of a priority? Let me rephrase that. So at the Division I level, where the pressure is greatest to win, do you think that there is like a de-emphasis on academics?
I think that being a Division I coach and at all levels, I think the talk is there, but the walk isn't there. I think they're going to say the right things, academic, student, athlete, all those buzzwords, all those key words. But when it comes down to it, they don't want you to go study hall if you're going to miss a practice. They're still going to pull you out, and you're going to have to reschedule tests. You're going to have to do a lot of little things that put more pressure on you because at the end of the day, jobs are on the line, coaches want to win. And they'll report every game you lose in the paper, but they may not record every test score. So I think at the end of the day, there's a lot of pressure to get it done on the basketball court with hopes you get it done in the classroom.
Okay. And my last question is, Do you think that there is an inverse relationship between success in school and success in sports? Do you think you can have one or both? Or
Yeah, and I think it's been proven that you can be successful as both. A lot of it is the culture of that staff and their commitment to truly want you to be successful in the classroom. I think the NCAA now is doing a good job of holding coaches accountable for the academic records of students. So if you have a bunch of kids not finishing, leaving, and then it follows you as a coach, your scholarships could be lost. So the reason why we have these new rules in place is because we weren't getting it done with the old rules. And I think that now, instead of just talking about it, they're forced to do it. And I think that's made a big difference.
Okay. Thank you for your
Thank
time.
you. It's good to see you.
I'll go cook you some dinner.